All right, that's better. I'll tell you, like I was saying, um, the rabbit hole goes deep, folks. The rabbit hole goes deep. I wanna credit Shannon for giving me a heads up. I wouldn't have known about this unless Shannon would have emailed me and let me know what was going on. All right. And it just sent me straight down the rabbit hole. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole with me today. And this is going to be one of the few times that I can't bring you out of the rabbit hole. All right. I really hope we got researchers in the house today because we're going to crack open a can of worms that I don't think that's going to be easy to close. I'm going to be honest with you here. All right. I really think what we're about to do is definitely an endeavor of research for probably quite a few people. And I really hope that we do have researchers in the house because I did what I can do just kind of on the fly. I'm like, man, I need to go live about this. I need to talk about this. I'm going to continue to do research. I'm going to continue to see what I can dig up and find. But man, I'll tell you, as we go through this video, it's going to get more and more strange as it goes on. Like I don't know how else to sell it to you, but this is going to get really weird. What I'm showing you in the beginning here is absolutely nothing compared to what I'm going to continue to show you as this goes on. All right. First off, we are going to look at the U.S. national debt clock. All right. And once again, we see up in the upper right hand corner here the secret window is back. For the longest time, actually, they took this down and they were taking, and it's funny, there was a partnership with X that the US debt clock had, and they were putting a lot of different images over on Twitter X, okay? But now they actually have the secret window back up. When we pull up the secret window, this pops up. All right, this pops up, American Super Cycle. And we're going to try to go over the symbolism here a little bit. I cannot zoom in for you at all. I'm sorry, I don't have a picture just to show you, but I'm going to point out with my cursor here, if you can follow my cursor, what's what and what I'm looking at. First off, I'm not looking at the eclipse path, which I think is interesting in and of itself. All right, but I'm looking at the Revelation 12 sign right here as a whole that is overlapped over America. All right. Crown of 12 stars at the head of Virgo, clothed with the sun and the moon at her feet, and you can see this planet. I don't know which one this is being birthed out of Virgo. All right. This is the Revelation 12 sign that is over the United States. And then beneath that, you see the path of totality for the different eclipses that took place here over America. One of them being New York. All right. A nice chunk of New York. All right. And we're going to get into that for sure. I think all of this being significant. We notice off in the distance here in the field of wheat, there is a city that looks like, and it's not green like the Emerald City, but it looks like a utopia or a smart city. All right. And we're going to get to that in a little while. Okay. And it's going to take some time to get there, but I want you to remember that smart city off in the distance there. Okay. And it says a golden age of wonders. Okay. And we know that Trump's talking about the golden age. Now, I do want to state right off the bat here, the enemy is very good at psychological operations, what we call psyops. Okay. He's very good at making people believe one thing when really it's another. Look over here. Don't look over here. And when usually they're putting something right in your face, then it's the obvious that usually is something completely different that you don't see coming, that is really the thing that's going to make the biggest impact on your life and in the way you live and here on this earth. You know what I mean? We didn't. Not a lot of people saw 9/11 coming. There was a very few people. Very few people, saw the BP oil spill coming. There's a few prophetic visions about that. Y2K, definitely a thing. They saw that coming. Nothing happened. All it was the Illuminati's ability to scare the world into a mass computer upgrade. All right, to get them onto that database system. Now, what's interesting is, likewise, with December 21st, 2012, it was the end of the world. Everybody knew about it. It was the biggest thing since sliced bread. Nothing happened. All right. They're putting in your face and they're really trying to make it look like Trump's the Antichrist. And he definitely, in my opinion, has spirit of Antichrist tendencies. Like he's definitely operating in the direction of setting things up for the Antichrist. It is obvious as day. All right. It's obvious as day. Okay. But what's going on is, folks, is they're distracting you with something, all right, with a lot of different things, and they're flooding you with distractions. Really, this whole Zelensky Putin thing. I mean, I can't remember how many times they've said, "Oh, Putin's got his finger on the nuclear button. You know, it's the end of the world. Everybody, you know, as the bombs are coming down, you know, we go up." And I'm not going to say that that's not the case, but it's just this reiteration after reiteration, regurgitation after regurgitation of the same old things that have never come to anything. All right. In this whole thing between Trump, I mean, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, and we're going to go back here to the first Trump administration. Okay. Remember when Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi were sitting there in the Oval Office with Trump once again, and they televised an argument? And I'm telling you, you can go back and you can watch Trump acting in the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, with Vince McMahon and all this stuff. And you hear him talk, you hear him arguing, and you hear him in The Apprentice and all that stuff. He sounds just like it. He is acting. He has been trained in acting with The Apprentice, with Vince McMahon, and you know, he's been on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air a couple episodes. He's been on Home Alone 2. You know what I mean? Like, so he's had acting, you know, and trained in acting experience. Okay. And when I see him arguing with Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi during the first administration, it looked just like that same old Trump, you know, in that acting mode. And when it comes to Zelensky and Trump and JD Vance, it looked the same as what happened in the Oval Office the first Trump administration. Okay. And it's no coincidence that during the first Trump administration, okay, they gave you everything that you wanted for a period of time. They increased the moolah, is really what America's about. That's America's God right there, is the money. Okay. That's what they always vote for, is the money. As long as we have our money, we're going to be okay, is what America says to itself. But in reality, under Trump, we ended up with a lockdown and a pandemic and Operation Warp Speed. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we voted for him. You know, I mean, I think it was the better of the two choices. All right, but I'll be honest with you. Okay, my point is, all right, is that when you look at what's happening right now, sickness is booming. It seems the same old rhetoric. You know, in the first administration, it was, oh, we're going to release the Epstein files. We're going to release the Epstein files. We're going to release the Epstein list. And here they're doing it again. And here's the sickness again. And even Peter Hotez, like I said, you know, I showed you that clip before, where he said all these different sicknesses are going to smack the Trump administration in the face on January 21st or whatever, you know. So my point is it seems like the same old rhetoric, the same old things going on. During the first Trump administration, he argued with the guy in North Korea, Kim Jong-un. All right, call him Rocket Man, this and that. And now it's Zelensky. You see what I'm saying? The same old acting, the same old stuff being regurgitated to you once again. I am not saying that Trump is a good guy, and I'm not saying he's a Christian anymore, because especially a lot of the symbolism that he's put out there himself, even though he might have not made this AI video, he shared the AI video. Even though he might have not created that goat, that golden goat that went to Mar-a-Lago, he shared the picture of it and he signed it. He putting his name on it, putting his stamp of approval on it. All right. So I really want you to be able to understand that you are being spoon-fed. You are being spoon-fed. Whether you want to believe so or not. I do think that Christians under this administration are a little safer rather than under the Harris administration. That's all I voted for, honestly. And to hopefully see these child sex rings get busted and the human trafficking rings get busted. And you know, I want to see some breakthrough in those departments. I could care less about the money. Absolutely less. All right, but I want to go through this with you real quick here. Hold on one second. I got to click on it here. Okay. If you look to the east and the west of America, it has the Alpha and the Omega sign, which I find very, very interesting. And at the top, just under super cycle, it has the letter X. And we know that Elon Musk, and they were putting this symbol out there on the secret window pictures well before Trump was ever president again. Okay. Like they were saying, this new age is coming, a new age, a golden age. And here they are, once again, a golden age. I think Trump's being told what to say because I think he struck deals with the Illuminati in order to get back into power. And that's why there was not, the election went off without a hitch. You know what I mean? The election went through with no problems whatsoever. Boy, and before it took a week or two to get any real results. And in 2 days, boom, there's your answer. Literally, it was basically the same night we knew that Trump was going to be president. They tried to say, because the mass amounts of numbers that came out in favor of him, it just goes to show, you know what I mean? And they can't hide this and this and that. No, I think there were deals struck for him to get back in power. And I'm not going to lie. All right. I really believe that. Up in the upper left-hand corner here, you have the stat. And I mean, it's really hard to see this stuff. They make it virtually almost invisible. They want it that way. They want it that way when you look at this picture. All right. It literally shows Michael the Archangel with his foot on Lucifer's head. Okay. And so I think, and this symbol down below, I think that is it's like an outer space symbol. It's like a constellation. If you were able to zoom right in on at the very bottom above where it says usdebtclock.org, there's a little blue dot. And if you were to able to zoom in really close on that, I truly believe it would be outer space in a certain constellation. I could be wrong. Having a hard time seeing it with my eyesight the way it is. But the main focus that I want to show you is the Revelation 12 sign over the eclipse totality path that we had just recently from the solar eclipses that took place. And this is all three of them that passed over the United States, not just one. Okay, there's three of them there. And it also makes an A. It makes a slanted A, and it also makes an X. And then they have the X there. Now, they want to project. They're going to lie to you. Even in the Illuminati card game, there are cards that are designed to throw you off in certain directions, okay? Not every Illuminati card is an accurate depiction of what is going to take place within the plans of the Illuminati. So we have to remember that, okay? But there are things within this image that I see that are alarming to me, and it lets us go down that rabbit hole, right? And if we look off in the distance, you see that city that has a dome over it, all right, which I think is very interesting. Under the dome, like that TV show Under the Dome. But anyways, they got this what I believe is a smart city off in the distance in this golden wheat field, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, the wheat has always represented the people, okay? And there is a huge path that has been plowed down, and I believe that symbolism in this image represents depopulation of the American people. A golden age, there's going to be depopulation. They're going to use Twitter X, to be able to, and if you notice the beams of light coming out of it, this could be signal. This could be your, the Wi-Fi or the 5G or the 6G, 7G, 8G, whatever. All right. But it all plays in and all factors into what I think we've been talking about on this channel for quite some time. Now, I am going to move past this because there's only so much we can talk about this specific image. But, all right, now what I want to do is I want to take you somewhere else. Hold on, let me show you another screen here. Hold on a moment. Now we're going to look at who owns the U.S. debt clock. All right, we're going to go down this rabbit hole here. It's the Durst organization, owns and maintains the national debt clock in New York City. The family-owned real estate company took over responsibility for the clock after the Seymour Durst death in 1995. His son Douglas Durst has overseen the clock's relocation and upgrades. So Douglas Durst, okay, the head of the Durst organization, oversees the U.S. debt clock. And I'm telling you, this dude is straight up Illuminati. Straight up Illuminati. Now, okay, now that we've gone over that, I'm going to stop sharing that. Give me a moment here. I'm going to present you with more stuff here. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Now, I want you to look at this. The Durst family owns 10% of the One World Trade Center. All right. They got their hand in it. All right. They spent $100 million in the development of the One World Trade Center, and they have a 10% stake in New York City. The Durst organization, a family-owned real estate company, is responsible for managing and leasing the building. So not only do they own 10% of the One World Trade Center, but they oversee the One World Trade Center. They manage it, and they lease out the different areas that are for rent in the building itself. So the Durst basically run the show with the whole entire thing. But there's private investors, and there's also, business investors that invested in the World Trade Center. But it is the Durst family that owns a giant chunk of the One World Trade Center, okay, itself. All right. So I want to establish that as well. Hold on one second. Showing you another image here. Hold on. Now I want to show you this. This is where it starts to get interesting. All right. Carrie Kushner is an assistant property manager at the One World Trade Center for the Durst organization. She has worked for the Durst organization for over 14 years, including as an administrative assistant. All right, right there. And then it goes on to say the Durst family owns a 10% stake in the One World Trade Center. All right, so there is the Kushner connection. There's your Kushner connection right there, people. Right there. Okay, there's your Kushner connection. It gets even more wild after this. Just wait. Oh, we're going somewhere. Oh, Michelle, whosoever, just wait. We'll get there. We'll get there. Check it out. Okay. Now, when we go to this, hold on one second here. I'm trying to look. I got a lot of stuff here. I'm hoping I'm clicking on the right one. Hold on. Now, this is where it gets interesting. All right. This is where it gets interesting. You guys are going to literally pop your tops when you see what I'm about to show you. I asked Google, is Carrie Kushner part of the Kushner dynasty? It says yes. Carrie Kushner is a part of the Kushner dynasty through her marriage to Jared Kushner. Woo! People, it's not even known that Jared Kushner maybe had a previous wife. He's supposed to be married to Ivanka Trump. Or is he? Is Jared Kushner actually married to Ivanka Trump? I think he is. But it says right here, Google's literally telling you, yes, Carrie Kushner is a part of the Kushner dynasty through her marriage to Jared Kushner. So there is a direct link to the Durst family who runs the U.S. debt clock that goes straight to Jared Kushner. Are you guys following me here? Are you guys following me here? All right. Okay. And I mean, honestly, this completely blows my mind. This completely blows my mind because guess what? We're going to go down the rabbit hole further. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Now, I did use Grok from Twitter X. Okay. I used Grok from Twitter X to ask this. All right. I said, who is Carrie Kushner? And out of 15 web pages, there doesn't appear to be a widely known public figure named Carrie Kushner based on available information. It's possible you meant someone with a similar name, or it could refer to a private individual not covered in public records or media. Hence, they've scrubbed her from the internet. Here are a few possible based on similar names. Carrie Kushner might be a misspelling or conflation of Jared Kushner, a well-known American businessman and investor, son-in-law of Donald Trump, and former senior advisor during Trump's presidency. However, Carrie doesn't match his name or profile, even though Google I showed you Google said that she's married to him. They have scrubbed her from the internet if this is the case. Alternatively, there is a Carrie Kushner listed as an assistant property manager at the Durst organization in New York with a LinkedIn profile mentioning her education at Brooklyn College. This Carrie Kushner is a professional in real estate, but not a high-profile public figure. Another individual, Carrie Kushner, appears in public records tied to addresses in New York, Melville, and Merrick, born around 1993, so she's rather young, but no notable public details are available beyond basic residency information. Right there, folks. Right there, straight from AI. They have scrubbed her from the internet. They've scrubbed her from the internet. And I'm telling you, if something happens to me, I want you guys to know I am not suicidal. I love my life. I love my family. I believe in Jesus. I'm thankful for everything that God's done for me. I would never do nothing crazy. All right. But I'm telling you, I got to bring this to you guys. And like I said, I'm taking you down the rabbit hole. And for once, I'm not able to get you out of it. There needs to be people that research this and drive it to the bone. All right. Because I'm telling you, this is big. All right. I'm telling you, it's absolutely big. Now, hold on 1 second here. I got to look here. Okay. Now, this is where it starts to get a little wild here. Okay. This is where we continue to get wild here. Okay. Share. Elon Musk has interacted with the Durst family on Twitter. All right. Here's where we get. This is going to get really interesting really fast. Elon Musk has interacted with the Durst family on Twitter, and the Durst family has sued a political organization with which they were previously involved. Okay. Elon Musk and Fred Durst, the lead singer of Limp Bizkit, has interacted with Musk tweets. For example, Durst responded to a meme that mocked Musk's paid blue check feature with a crying laughing emoji. Durst also shared fire emojis and a UFO emoji in response to news that SpaceX Starlink satellite internet service would be carried on JSX flights. Huh. People, why would, when you ask Elon Musk and the Durst family to Google, why would they bring up Fred Durst and the Durst family? Is there a link between Fred Durst and the Durst family? Let's see. Let's see, folks. Hold on. I'm going to share another thing here with you. This is where we really come back full circle. All right. This is where we come back full circle. All right. No, Fred Durst is not related to Douglas Durst, who is the head of the Durst family, the Durst organization, the Durst dynasty. Fred Durst is the lead singer of the band Limp Bizkit. Douglas Durst is the chairman of the Durst organization, a New York real estate. All right. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think his mom is Anita Durst, and I think that his father is named Robert Durst. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. But Fred Durst, it says right here, explanation, Fred Durst is not related to the serial killer Robert Durst either. Huh. I thought his dad was Robert Durst. I could be wrong. But I believe he was. All right. It says right here, Douglas Durst is the brother of Robert Durst. Douglas has been in charge of the Durst organization since the early 1990s. I'm telling you, folks, this runs so deep. And then it's in the music industry. And then I'm going to go back. Oh, we're going to go there. Oh, we're going there. Oh, we're going there. Oh, yeah, we're going to go there. We're going to go back and we're going to prove to you that Chester Bennington, who was, how do I say this? They have a saying when they take people out, they say to them, we're going to kill yourself. That's what they say to them usually. We're going to kill yourself. All right, hold on. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, we're going down the rabbit hole. All right, now check this out. All right, I'm not sharing it with you yet. I'm trying to pull it up. Okay, trying to pull it up. All right, now, okay. Oh, man. All right, so it is said on Chester Bennington's Wikipedia that his father, okay, oh man, Jesus protect me, Lord. All right, please protect me, Jesus. Hold on. I'm trying to get my camera to, all right. Now, it said on the Wikipedia, okay, that Chester Bennington's dad was in law enforcement that worked on child sex crimes. Okay? But then when you look at John Podesta, okay, now check this out. When you look at John Podesta, all right, I'm going to share this. They literally look like twins. Right there. Look at this. You tell me that's not John Podesta's kid. This is Chester Bennington. This is John Podesta that was involved in all the pizza stuff. Okay? Right here. All the Hillary Clinton emails, right here. This is the main guy she was talking to, right here. And this is his son, involved in the music industry. And then Linkin Park has songs like What I've Done. You know what I'm talking about? From the Transformers movie. All right. Talking about being sorry for what he's done. I mean, there's all sorts of music that Chester wrote. And in the past, I've been a fan of Chester Bennington. All right. Because of the conspiracy that you know what was, I mean, he died very similar to Chris Cornell, who Chris Cornell worked for the Clinton, the Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Foundation. Okay, it's interesting, folks. It's interesting, folks. Okay, because Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington were both victims of child abuse, and you know what I'm talking about. All right, and Chris Cornell, and it was said that Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. Oh, this is deep, bro. Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, okay, we're going to come out with a documentary exposing the trafficking that's been taking place within the Clinton Foundation. And then Chris Cornell was killed in Detroit, Michigan, and they found him hanging, all right? And then, which it was a Masonic style killing. I do want to say that. It was a Masonic style killing. Hello, Michael. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, brother. From Uptime, got brother Michael from Uptime. Nice to see you. Ingrid, nice to see you. Leslie Jacobs, good to see you. Nice, it's been a while. Hello, everybody else in the live chat. It's good to see y'all. God bless y'all. All right, so it was a Masonic style killing that Chris Cornell had happened to him. And Chester Bennington, a year later to the day, was killed the exact same way. All right. Now it's interesting because there's even stuff coming out about Matthew Perry's death that's suspicious. Okay. Michael Jackson's death that's suspicious. And then the who was the guy that was an enemy of the state, the real enemy of the state, the guy I forget his name. The guy just died recently, and his wife. Oh, man, I'm going to look this up because it's going to bug me. Give me a moment here. Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman, all right? Gene Hackman. All right, Gene Hackman, the real enemy of the state in that movie, all right? Gene Hackman, all right? He died suspicious, all right? All these suspicious celebrity deaths. And then you got, what's that guy from A Christmas Vacation? Randy Quaid comes out and talks about that this is celebrities getting whacked. All right, I'm telling you, folks, this is really suspicious stuff. Now, all right, like I was saying, all right, I'm going back to it here. Hold on. Hold on. They're saying that Fred Durst isn't related to Douglas Durst, but I'm going to do something right here. Give me a moment. Yeah. So, all right. Here's where it gets interesting. Okay. And I found it earlier, but I'm not going to be able to just find it. Hold on. I got to do this. Okay, so it's interesting. This is really wild as I'm looking this up. Earlier, when I was researching this, and I should have saved it. I should have saved it. All right. So hold on one second. I got to share the screen. Can you guys see me? Can everybody see me and hear me? Please put it in the live chat if you can see me and hear me. Okay, dude, that was wild. I don't even know what just happened. I don't know if StreamYard booted me. I don't know what just happened, but that was weird, dude. I'm kind of freaked out. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm pushing on. I'm pushing on. I'm not stopping. All right, I got to get this out there. So when you look up Fred Durst's parents, the only thing that comes up is his mother, Anita Durst. That's it. That's it. Why is only the mother talked about? Now I'm going to tell you right now. I just looked it up. Who's Fred Durst's dad? All right. And earlier it said that it was Robert Durst, and now they're saying it's Bill Durst. So in two different ways, it was totally different information that I was given. And I wish I would have saved it from before when I was researching to go live. All right. But I'm telling you, it's interesting because John Podesta had a son in music. And it seems that somebody in the Durst family has their son in music too. Folks, I'm telling you, this is wild. And I'll be honest with you, like I was saying, this is one of those times I'm taking you down the rabbit hole and I can't get you back out. Like, we need researchers to go forward with what I'm talking about right now, with what I just uncovered from the U.S. national debt clock all the way to this. But here's the thing. This is where it gets really crazy, okay? And this is where we'll come full circle for the video, right? All right, hold on. This is so wild. All right, hold on. All right, even though I showed you this and they say no, he isn't, but I showed you in a past Google thing where they say yes, he is related to the Durst family, or that there's a connection with the Durst family. I already showed it to you. You have to rewind and look at it. Here's the real kicker. Look right there. Douglas Durst, brother of Robert, no relation to Fred, of course, because I told you before they said Robert. You see what I'm saying? Was his dad, but now they're saying no relation to Fred. Why would they say that? And one, in one Bryant Park shot for Durst and his building are in the middle of. Why is that like that? It's like broken up. Durst and his building are in the middle of the debate about the future of sustainable buildings in New York. The future of sustainable buildings in New York, folks. And we're going to come back full circle to this, all right, to the U.S. debt clock and the secret window. And look off in the distance, the city, this golden city that I believe is a smart city, sustainable development. It all comes back. There's these people that are running this are real estate moguls that are connected to Trump, that are connected to the Kushners. And here it is in the background, your smart city. And that's exactly what they're doing in South Carolina. And on top of that, I rebuke the fires in South Carolina. You will not have this place. These directed energy weapons starting this stuff, the arsonists starting this stuff. I rebuke it in Jesus' name. Satan, get your hands off of South Carolina. You can't have it all. In Jesus' mighty name, we cast you out. We ask you, we ask you, Jesus, just to protect the people in South Carolina, and we pray that rain and comes, and that this fire diminishes in Jesus' mighty name in South Carolina, there in Myrtle Beach. But my point is that I'm going to come back here full circle. All right, get ready for it. Get ready for it. Hold on, right here. Hold on. A roadmap to New York's for smart city solution providers, and this is where the Durst family resides. And what's in the center of it? The One World Trade Center, right there, right off in the distance. One World Trade Center. Now check this out. All right, a roadmap to a new market. What is a smart city? Smart city trends. New York City's smart city vision. Green energy legislation. New York City principles. New York City smart city strategies. And didn't I just show you that they were doing sustainable development strategies? That's what they're talking about. This is what they're talking about, making New York a smart city. Just like LA. Oh, yeah, just like LA. Right here. You got smart LA. The fires in LA. Boom. I'm telling you, New York's on the list. And I already showed you the woman that prophesied about, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. A woman went to LA and prophesied and told them that they were going to burn because of their sin. Now check this out.
See in the spirit. I don't know if it's spiritual or physical, but I see that Manhattan Bridge may not be there any longer. I see bombs coming. I see destruction all around. I see things being emptied out. I see desolation. I see destruction of buildings, bridges, Times Square. I tell you, make things right with Jesus Christ today. He's the Lord of Lords and King of Kings. He came and he died on a cross for your sins and mine and rose again in 3 days. He is alive. He's the one true God. But the wages of our sin is death, hell, forever. What are sins? Lying, cheating, murder, abortion, homosexuality, sex before marriage, drunkenness. These very sins will separate you from a holy God forever and ever. There will be consequence on the earth for the sin that you live in. But there is hope in Jesus, because Jesus came to rescue you from that sin. He came to conquer hell, death, and the grave. He came so you and I would be forgiven.
I'm telling you, and that was Whitney Lynn. And like I said, this woman went to LA before the fires in LA and prophesied to LA that they were going to burn. And now she's in New York, and then it burned, and there's a plan for a smart LA in 2028. They want to get all this done by 2030. I'm telling you, it's coming. And now she's in New York saying that this is going to happen in New York, that bombs are going to explode and things are going to be emptied out. I mean, that's looting and rioting. Are the terror cells that are in New York going to be activated? I'm telling you, folks, it's coming. And I'm telling you, they're going to have their golden age, whether we like it or not. And it's not golden, and it's not new. This is an age-old idea being reborn. And I've showed you how this is connected to families that have ties to high-up people that I believe are absolutely in the order of the Illuminati. Absolutely in the order of the Illuminati. It has to be. There's Illuminati symbolism on the U.S. debt clock secret windows. Folks, I'm sorry to take you down the rabbit hole and leave you hanging and not help you back out of the rabbit hole. I mean, honestly, that really bums me out, because usually I can come to a conclusion. But I felt that this was all important to share with you today, and to give you a warning and heads up. I know there's researchers out there that can really dig deep, and you could probably dig deeper than I can. But I ask you, do your due diligence and start researching this. And if you find anything at all that's significant about what I've shown you today, you're more than welcome to email me at endtimestalk777@gmail.com. All right. I appreciate you all for coming and listening to me. And like I said, sorry to leave you hanging, but this is what I had for you today. And I'll keep digging myself and I'll see what I can find. I love you all. May God bless you and may God keep you. Please don't forget to go out and change this world in which you live.